really need your help. Maybe you have a neighbor that lives a few doors down from you that you think, man, it would be awesome if there was a team of people that could come and help this person. We're open to whatever kind of ideas that you have. The more ideas that we get from you, the more creative we are. I've been doing this for a long time. This is our 11th year. So some of my creativity, needs some help. So I definitely would welcome any ideas that you have. One of our ideas that we're hoping to roll out on the 20th is a new app that we're calling Volunteer Central. And what we're hoping is that it will be a place that the nonprofits in our city can post their volunteer positions. And then we invite, we have 2,000 to 3,000 people that are part of our social media and have been a part of this event. So it's kind of inviting you into this database of volunteers that are the kind of people you want to tap into. They're the people that are signing up to go and do work at a location in our city. So one of our dreams is that this would be one place that people could go to find volunteerism in our city, and it will serve all of us. That's the goal. So we'll be telling you more about that. But for now, if you've got ideas, or even if you'd like us to come to your site in some way, to introduce who you are, what you do, that would be amazing. And we would be open to your ideas. So I appreciate the opportunity to tell about it. Hope you can join us and be a part of it. At the luncheon after party, we do a pre-rally kickoff event, and then we do an after party at the college. And we really invite all of you, as many of you can, to set up a booth. And really, right there, you're there to recruit from the couple thousand people who were there and volunteered, to get them to come to your ideas and tell them about your organization. So Leanna will be telling you more about that in the future, but we would love to have you there for that day as well. So thank you.
Yes, probably at the next meeting, we will have registration information for the Love Fullerton. How many nonprofits have done that the last 2 years with the Fullerton Collaborative and had booths at Love Fullerton? We have a show of hands? Just a few? Yeah, every year we offer you the opportunity to come out to Love Fullerton, like Jay said, for the lunch section. And it's a way for you to connect directly with volunteers. And everybody there is already volunteer in the headspace of volunteerism. They just spent a full day doing it. So it's a great opportunity for you to have hands-on contact with people that are ready to volunteer and make those connections and have them help support your organization. So we'll have more information on that next month. Okay. All right, moving on, we have our next guest, Mandy Moncure from the city of Fullerton, and she is going to be discussing the 2024 city events coming up. Let's hear for Mandy. Put our hands together for her. Give her a warm welcome.
Hi, everyone. I just wanted to take a second to introduce myself because there's a lot of new faces in this room that I've never met before. As they mentioned, my name is Mandy. I'm the new events specialist for the city of Fullerton. I've been with the city now since around mid-December, so I'm still relatively new. So bear with me as we go through this presentation. So I wanted to present all of the citywide events that we have upcoming, and also all of the upcoming events for the Parks and Recreations Department. So the first one that we have is a new event. It's called City Hall on the Go. The first date for that one is going to be February 24th at Hillcrest Park. And basically what it is it's going to be all the departments within the city are going to be accessible for all of the people within the local community. I do believe that each City Hall on the Go is going to have different themes or different topics for each department to participate in. I don't have those nitty-gritty details, but it's a great way for the local government to, like I said, be more accessible to those within the community and any questions that they may have. The next event that we have is the Fullerton Wedding Show, which is actually the next day on February 25th. It's just a fun event. It's complimentary admission, and it's going to be a lot of wedding planning fun. So if you have any interest in going to that, or have anyone that's getting married within the next year or two, definitely encourage them to participate in that. The next one is going to be our spring extravaganza. We actually have this is a brand new event as well. It's going to be a two-part process. So the first process is going to be a citywide scavenger hunt, and that's going to take place from March 15th to March 29th. And basically they'll come to the Fullerton Community Center to get a scavenger hunt map, go through different stations throughout the city, such as the library here, City Hall, collect stamps by finding a hidden egg, and then once their map is completed, they'll go back to Fullerton Community Center to redeem their prize. And then we have an actual spring extravaganza event that is going to be at Pacific Park Drive on March 30th, which is a Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. I am currently looking for any volunteers that would like to participate in that event. So if anyone is interested or can get me in connection with those that are interested, I would gladly appreciate that. And then the next slide. So we have the downtown Fullerton Market. We're going to be starting that on April 4th this year, and it's going to run through August 29th. The only week that we will not be doing the market is going to be July 4th because we have our 4th of July event, which will be the next slide. And then we have our 4th of July celebration. It's going to be on Thursday, July 4th, from 5 to 9 p.m. in the downtown Wilshire Plaza. We've got some new ideas that we are internally working on for this event because I do have a new events manager coming on board at the end of this month. So I'm really excited to get those internal details worked out and share that with you when we have more details. And that's pretty much the end of the presentation. And I guess one of the questions that I keep getting from a lot of the groups is how can you help? And one of the ways would be to help marketing or spread the word for all of the upcoming events. Sponsorships and donations, which we're still internally working on a list of getting you guys how we can have the sponsorship cards for each event to get people to donate and promote city events. Volunteers, as I mentioned before, we're always looking for volunteers because we like people to participate who want to be there and who want to support the local community. And lastly, just connections. We're here to meet people, and I look forward to meeting you guys individually and getting to know your organization and having a great partnership moving forward in the new year. Thank you. Thank you. Question?
How do people know about these things, especially if you get the first time?
Yeah, so the City Hall on the Go is actually added to the city website. So if people look up City Hall on the Go,
How many people do that?
so I'm not in charge of the City Hall on the Go events. The only reason why Parks and Recreation is a part of that conversation is because they're having it at our parks. So I will get those details out and let Daisy, the deputy city manager, know, and hopefully she's got some extra ideas on how to disseminate that information to the public.
So they have access to like Facebook and also Nextdoor.
I think it's
So
posted on a lot of platforms, but again, I'm not spearheading that.
and that's why we're helping her out. We're gonna get it out.
That's what you guys are all for, is getting the word out there for us.
We look at posters and stuff in those.
Sure. We have a lot of citywide kiosks and places where we put those flyers, so I'll definitely make note of that and have the internal discussion of getting those paper copies and sending them out so people know about it. Thank you for that, though.
They wanted to know if they have flyers, like hard copy flyers.
I honestly, like I said, it's a different, City Hall is handling that. I'm just disseminating the information of all the upcoming events.
So we'll share it with our platform, but we'll follow up with Daisy.
Okay, yeah, perfect. Thank you, though.
Any other questions, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
When is the date of the wedding show?
February 25th.
February 25th?
Mhm.
Great.
I'm gonna piggyback
I
on that.
asked because we're going to be having a dress donation again and we're prepping up for a prom project.
Yes, actually, Cameron Warsham, part of my department, she's the one spearheading that event. So if you want to meet with me afterwards, I can give you her information and you guys can kind of.
We'll hear that also.
I have a question.
Sure.
Do you sponsor the Day of Music?
No, but I do believe there is internal discussion of using one of our locations for that this year, but it's in the initial stages of getting planned. So I don't want to give too much information without having upper management approve that, but it's in the works.
Kelly?
I just want to say, it doesn't have to be just for weddings, that's where we're actually doing the auction this year.
Okay.
Working with you guys has been wonderful. The room is much bigger than you think, so if you have any interest in an upcoming event, go to the wedding day just to see their options. I disagree with being called wedding planning, because
It goes beyond wedding planning.
Yeah.
Which is exciting. Thank you for sharing. I
and the
appreciate that.
Fullerton Observer is a great place to put your stuff.
Definitely will keep note of that. Any other questions? No? Okay. All right, thank you guys for your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mandy. Okay, I am your next presenter. My name is Leanna Pertucci. As I introduced myself, I am the board chair of the Fullerton Collaborative, but I'm also the event manager at Madero 1899. Madero was formerly known as Matador Cantina here in downtown Fullerton. Just to give you a little backstory before, if those of you that don't know me or my involvement with the collaborative, prior to me working there, I'll be 2 years in June, I owned my own business in downtown Fullerton, a dance studio called CF Dance Academy, and became very involved in the collaborative. Just started by being involved in Faces with Pam Keller as executive director then, and then just got more and more and more involved in the collaborative and the board, and was really, really blessed to have my business to be able to do all my philanthropy through. And as a business owner, I was able to make those decisions and say, yes, we're giving all this stuff to Crittenden. Yes, we're going to do this for Quinceañera. Like I could just say yes because I was the owner. And losing my business to COVID and the place we had in the community was really, really heartbreaking. But one of the main reasons I took the job at Matador was they let me keep my position as the Fullerton Collaborative Board Chair as part of my work hours, and also like how much they sponsor. Like they let me MC, but they approved for me to MC at Love Fullerton. They donated 100 burritos that day. We did the Quinceañera project, and they donated a full formal lunch for the girls for the Quinceañera project, as well as other things. So I was able to leave being a business owner, making those decisions for my own, to move to another company that's very community centered. We also do events at a discount for nonprofits, for schools, for the colleges. So we have a whole department called Giving. I cannot tell you how much they give back to different nonprofits throughout the year. So just for me and my ethos and how I was able to align myself with another for-profit business that has a head for giving back to the community, that was one of my decisions for deciding to work there. With that being said, they knew that we went through a rebranding. It's our 15-year anniversary as Matador, and wanted a fresh new start after these 15 years. And so we are now Madero, effective last Monday. And it's been very exciting. Same team, same owners, same management, but just a fresh new look. So we'd love to have you come out. But in order to do like a big name release, they wanted to do a big nonprofit charity event. So I offered the Fullerton Collaborative, and they were very, very excited about it because we have such a wide reach with all of you. So what we're going to be doing is on Thursday, March 7th, we're calling it a night of giving. It's going to be from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. From 6 p.m. to 9, and we're going to be advertising this, Madero and the Fullerton Collaborative, but especially Madero is going to be doing most of the marketing to the full community. So all of our email database, all of our social media, all of that, we will be advertising the event. It's going to be from 6 to 9, and from 6 to 9, all 20% of all sales during that time is going to go to the Fullerton Collaborative, directly to the Fullerton Collaborative. From there, it's going to be disseminated 5 ways between our 4 focus areas, which are homelessness, next gen, health and wellness, and early childhood. And then also the 5th way is to the Fullerton Community Foundation. So out of those 20% profit, of 20% of sales for that 3 hours, it'll be split between the 5 focus areas, which does support your nonprofits, because if you're part of those smaller groups, you're going to have some money to do something with. Beyond that, we have a private event space called the Agave Room. We're going to turn the Agave Room into a room of Meet the Nonprofits. All of you are welcome to register for this event and have a table in that room. You are also welcome to create, or we're asking you to please create QR codes and or links where people that are there can donate to your organizations directly, okay? So this is a chance for you to solicit donations, solicit for volunteers, whatever you want to do, but have a one-to-one touch with the whole community as a whole, okay? So a lot of times there's people out there that don't know. I mean, that's why I got involved in the collaborative, because I was like, I want to give, but I want to know that my dollars are going somewhere legit. and I want to know what's happening, and I want to know where it's going and what they're going to be doing with it. And when we have events like this for the community that doesn't really know how to give or where to give and want to make sure what they're giving to is being used appropriately, when you have that chance to connect with these people, it's really, really great. So it really helps them to know exactly what they're giving to, and it puts a face and a purpose to their dollars, okay? So this QR code here, we're gonna be emailing it out also, Debbie. That will take you to a Google form to register for this event. There's no financial, you don't have to pay anything to be a part of this, just to come out. We would just ask once we do have you registered, we'll be sending you out all the marketing materials so you can push all of that out. The point is to get as many bodies in that building as possible to create as much fundraising opportunities as possible for the collaborative and for all of you, our partners. Okay, so I'm so excited about this. Very, very excited about this. So do you have any questions that I can answer for you in the meantime? Yes. It's homelessness. Our next gen youth empowerment. Our next gen group focuses on teens and emerging adults. And then we have our early childhood and our health and wellness. And then the Fullerton Community Foundation at large. Yes, ma'am.
I'm with Toastmasters, and I would like to, and I've been a member of this community for a long time, since birth. And I want to encourage organizations to put in their budget money for all of these people to attend events, and make a report to their organization about what went on at that event. So that if you don't have the money to go, that the organization will give you the money to go. And I think it's very appropriate to reach out to other organizations. This is where we are. This is the history of nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's very important. Do you agree? I agree. Okay. Go to your board, the next annual budget meeting, you have them include some amount of money for you to go to an event, these wonderful events that we all hear about. Because not everybody can do out-of-pocket expenses. So I would encourage you to have the courage to go and tell them and take the flyer with you to say, this is when I need money. Even if it takes a year to accumulate the flyer, with a final set aside. These are the events that are important to our organization. So that's a suggestion from aged person.
And that conversation does come up a lot in our board meetings, and that's why I would love Fullerton and this event also. When we used to have Faces of Fullerton, there was a fee to participate, and we always knew that we had to do it because that was such a very labor-intensive and expensive event to put on. But we knew that can be a burden on some of our nonprofits because they're trying to raise money, let alone spend money to go somewhere to market. So we're very passionate about keeping these opportunities for you to engage and to fundraise at no cost, and that's a benefit of being a member of the Fullerton Collaborative, so we can give you those opportunities at no cost. So, okay, any other questions? No? Fantastic. Thank you for that time. Okay, next, our fourth presenter is Christina Moreno Donato from Cal State University Fullerton, and she's going to discuss community engagement with the colleges.
Christine, before you start, I just wanted to shout out, if you're a Cal State Fullerton student, raise your hand. This room is filled with a lot of Cal State Fullerton students. So they're going to support you. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, what about alumni?
Alumni too.
Shout out to the alumni. My name, is Christina. Nice to meet everybody. It's my first time speaking. So basically, I'm from Center for Internships and Community Engagement. And so just a little bit about what we do is we assist the partners with registering and posting positions, and we actually review the positions that you post for academic internship. And we monitor the student placement, and we issue agreements to the unpaid positions. And we also have in our office service learning. So how many people know what service learning is? A little bit, okay. So luckily my colleague here, Katie, if you have any questions regarding service learning, she's our service learning coordinator. And basically it's learning by doing inside the classroom and outside, practicing what you've learned. Basically that's what service learning in a nutshell. I do want to emphasize that our office does not service volunteers. I know it's community engagement, but we do have a student life department for that. And if you want that information, I have it on the side. Take that part down. So these are the majors that some may require academic internships and very few don't, but most of these are the majors that we assist in our services. So we have kinesiology, a lot of child and adolescent studies, psychology. Those are like the big ones that we get. Next slide. So the student needs. So basically, it's 120 hours that is needed for the child and adolescent studies in 60. And it must align with the semester term. So that's how they get their hours and they get their credit. So they can't do hours in the summer and then they get credit in the fall. We don't recommend that. That's not part of the policy. And then also we do accept in-person, hybrid, and remote positions, stipend compensations when possible. If they're paid internships, those are better for the students because a lot of them, they work and they go to school, and if they're doing internships and they're not getting paid, it's kind of a hardship for them. So if it's paid, it's better. Also, this one, expert supervision and mentorship in related fields. So we know a lot of you are nonprofit, and I was asked to make it clear that we notice sometimes maybe the admin assistant will be labeled as a supervisor. However, we want to make it clear that if you are requesting an intern, say like in video production or social media, the actual supervisor and mentor has to be an expert in that field in order to accurately mentor the student so they can gain that knowledge. So just wanted to, next slide. Okay, so recruiting interns. So if you're a new partner, you need to register your agency and then post your position. And then existing partners, all you have to worry about is posting your positions. If you have any new employees or if some retired, you can contact me. I can clean up your account and I can merge, and you can have access to your predecessors' postings and stuff like that. So if you have any of those, you can contact me and I can help you organize that for you. And also the ideal posting timeline for this summer that's coming up, it's March and April. For fall, it's June or July, and spring, it's October, November. I tried to email everybody that has an account under the 10 Connection. I tried to email everybody and just kind of send a friendly reminder to post your positions. And then and that way too, you can let me know like this person's no longer here, or I need to clean up my account. So this is just a visual. So existing partner, it says you sign in. And then the new partners will sign up and post on the second. Sometimes the new partners will click on the sign up. And so then you have to wait a while for the Career Center to vet your agency. And then you post the position. This way, if you do sign up and post, you can do both at the same time. However, be careful, don't walk away from your computer and come back because it's gonna log you out and it's not gonna tell you. And everything's not gonna be saved. So then you have to redo it all over again. So just letting everybody know. Next slide. And so registration, so that's the new partner, and that's what it looks like. You can go ahead and you just, you can copy your previous position and just enter your organization. So that's basically what it looks like when you sign up and post. Next slide.
Page 2.
And then make sure you indicate academic internship and or if it's service, if it's service learning, but since I'm here, it's academic internship. And then this is what the agreement looks like for unpaid academic internship. So basically, we have to make sure that you have insurance should anything happen. The students should not start their internship until everything is done and complete. Before you are vetted, before the position has been reviewed and approved, they cannot step foot at your site. They have to make sure that they're placed. All of this is taken care of before their internship hours start. So just to make that clear as well. And this is our website. It's a QR code. It includes the employer manual, frequently asked questions, a position design worksheet. So basically, it'll help you. It's a worksheet that you can kind of pre-fill and then before you enter it in Time Connection. So that way you're just not thinking when you're in Time Connection and then it times out on you. So you could just copy and paste everything. So that'll help you. And then with sample agreements and everything. So this is my information, and you can either call me directly or the office, and there's also the community partner help desk ticket. So, and again, I have, so the information actually for volunteers, because I know you guys are talking about fundraising and events and everything. So volunteers are usually done through the Student Life and Leadership website. And it's called Local Community Service Opportunity Form. So if you go on our website and you search Student Life and Leadership, that's how you could fill out that form, and then we can try to help you with volunteers. And then that's our information. Any questions?
Just don't forget to update your information. Because I have a lot of students that try to find the sites, but they're not in there because the nonprofits haven't updated that position. So.
And you can contact me.
All right, thank you so much, Christina. Okay, well, that wraps up our Spring into Collaboration portion of our meeting. We are now going to move into our Member Spotlight. And today for our Member Spotlight, we have the pleasure of introducing you to Navigators. We have Dustin Cole, who is our founding partner. Let's put our hands together and welcome Dustin.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me. Deborah, thank you for the invite to be spotlighted. Before I get started, let me ask you a question. How many people have been a part of a large organization technology adoption? And how many people have been part of one that has totally failed, botched it? Yeah, that's pretty common, unfortunately. That's how I got involved in this work. I was a finance manager at a nonprofit in 2015. It was a $10 million nonprofit. It was pretty good size, 100 people or so, but I was the gatekeeper to all of the data. So my fundraising team would come to me multiple times a day asking me for a report on what John Smith gave over the last 5 years, or who our major partners were, and all that. And so I thought, this is absurd. And so basically I implemented Salesforce there. And of course I botched it. I totally ruined it, but luckily that was like my third job there. So I was able to keep going and redo it until I got it right. So that's what started my career in Salesforce. And a couple years back, I started this company with a partner of mine, and we specialize in helping mainly nonprofits, but we've got a couple education and government clients, but mainly nonprofits use Salesforce. And I know that Salesforce is not the only product for CRM and data management, but it is the product we use, and it's our hammer, and everything looks like nail to us, so we just try to solve everything with that. And if you're not familiar with Salesforce, Salesforce is the biggest CRM software out there. And in that ecosystem, there's Salesforce that builds the product and maintains the ecosystem, and then there's customers that purchase it and use it. And then there's a large third part of that pyramid, which are partners like myself and Navigators, and we help customers use the product and guide them. We set it up, guide them on what licenses to get, all the normal consulting type of stuff. So here's my team. We started 2 years ago, so we're still a pretty small team, growing quickly. You can't see them, but they're actually a pretty good-looking, friendly group of people. You can go to the next slide. We are super certified. That's great. You can go to the next slide too. My partner is actually a veteran, and she's heavily involved in the veteran community. So we're big supporters of veterans. Everyone we hired is a veteran too. I'm the only odd one out, although my dad's a veteran, so I kind of get that I grew up and I went to base, right? So kind of been there. We also get back to our communities. We are community group leaders. You guys probably don't know this, but Salesforce has community groups all over the United States, and it's an opportunity for users to get together. I am a Los Angeles nonprofit community group leader, and it's a great place to kind of rub shoulders with people, answer questions, talk about how to use Salesforce. And with that, I also want to say that if anyone has any questions about Salesforce or how to use it, or any type of digital transformation, I've been part of many other software implementations, and there's kind of same type of strategy that needs to be done with every technology adoption, whether it comes from governance or process design or business strategy. It's often a bigger project and more difficult than people might imagine going into it. But I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have. In terms of what we do, there's no way anyone can read that, but it's pretty much everything that goes along with technology adoption, right? It's business process planning, it's fundraising management, event management, marketing automation. We get requests for all different types of trades. Every organization is different, right? So everyone thinks that they're doing something that some other organization's doing, and they're like, we just want to do what everyone else is doing. And then they get into describing their processes, and it's some weird one-off odd thing that only they're doing. So you have to build something for them. But yeah, we can skip this one. Agile project management just means we just do a little building, then we deploy, and then we build and deploy, kind of go quickly through the cycles of that. We can go to the next slide. So here's one quick example of something I built last week for this organization. It's called the National Alliance of Mental Health. They have about 1,000 participants at their support groups every month. They have about 20, 25 support groups, and they needed a way for all these people to check in, right? And they want the information, they want to gather the information on the people, what support group they went to, what day they went to it, and they need all that data they need it to be super easy for the end users to use, for the support group leaders and for the people signing in. And then they need all that data organized so that their executives can see what's happening and make decisions for it. So we built a form. Go to the next slide. Can't see that either, but it's a form, and basically every support group has one link. We only have to maintain one form, and all the magic happens at the back end. And so they put in their email address and phone number, ping Salesforce, and then it goes to the next slide, it goes to the next page, and all that those people's contact information pre-populates so they don't have to re-enter it. And then based on what link we gave them, it creates all the records in Salesforce, or at other updates, it creates all the records. And then it's just super easy for them to use. Executives get all their data, everyone's happy. Right, so it's just one little example. Obviously, the projects range from gigantic to small like this, but I figured I'd give you one quick solution example. So I think that's about 5 minutes. That's pretty quick. Does anyone have any questions? Yes. Good question. So it's free like a puppy, right? So Salesforce will give you 10 licenses for free, and then you get sucked in. And it ends up costing a lot of money. But yeah, it is technically free for 10 licenses. Yes?
Can you give us some examples of what the puppy free stuff is?
Yeah, well, it's that you typically need to hire someone in-house to be an expert to maintain it, or you need to hire someone like me to configure it and help you utilize it.
What if you don't have that someone like you?
Well, there's a lot of us out there, so you could find someone. Yeah. Another great thing about Salesforce too is that there's a lot of people that are trained in Salesforce now. So if you're looking for a Salesforce administrator in-house, there's a lot of people with that skill. So you could find someone.
I know we can find them, the thing is funding them. So,
That's
but you have
the
that
tricky part.
budget as a beginner, and maybe that would be at some point in time to a budget adjustment, which would enable the nonprofit to hire someone kind of like.
Sorry, was there a question there? Oh, I missed it.
Okay, the question was, is there anything you could offer to a nonprofit that's a beginning point?
Oh, well, out of the box, you can do a pretty quick setup for, we call it quick start. So you could kind of get it up and started and using it that way. Salesforce actually also has a grant program, although they'll do a quick start for you as well, so you can apply for that. And then there's partners like me that are available to answer questions. So we can answer as many questions as you'd like.
Is Navigators part of Salesforce?
We are a partner. So we are, third-party partner. So we are sanctioned by Salesforce. We're under their umbrella blessing and support, but we are not employed by Salesforce. Yes, sir.
Can you help fix the California IT problem, the state of California all screwed up? People are stealing
You
billing
could, but it would cost him.
of our tax dollars.
Yeah, I can do that. It's going to cost a good amount of money, though. And they need a bigger team as well. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Dustin. I actually just finished some NAMI family to family group and filled out your form every week I took class. Yeah, I did. So as soon as you put that up there, I was like, I have to do that. They were like, you cannot stay in class, or they wouldn't say it like that, but they really wanted us to fill it out because it was helping them gain their information about who's taking and how often they're coming. So they're definitely using what you're doing. So, yeah. All right. So far, so good. We are moving right into our subcommittee reports. Okay, we have our these are the 4 focus areas I was talking about. Those of you that are new to the meeting today and ask questions about that. We have these 4 subcommittees, and they meet regularly and do their own work outside of the work we do within the board and this general meeting. So first is David here. He's ready to go. We have David De Leon, and he is going to discuss the work happening in Next Gen.
Thank you. So as you know, we've talked about this. The Next Gen has been working with city staff to look at the current youth commission model, and we had proposed a concept that was youth committee model, which has a little bit more flexibility. So that's been worked on, and I think it's going to the city council on February 20th. At least that's the scheduled time for it. So at this time, I don't have a lot of information as to what exactly is going to be presented to them, because that's a report that the staff will have to produce. But at this point, that's what we're working on. In the meantime, one of the things that you should have received is an email. It went out twice, am I right, Deborah? To all of you that serve youth, and asking you to provide us some information, because what we are doing is creating a list of nonprofits based here in the city of Fullerton, that we would, once we know the structure of it, that we would introduce and market the youth committee model to you in hopes to be able to recruit some representation. And what we had presented was the idea of having a youth group that really represents a cross-section of the community, and that they would serve as a voice for that population. It would be structured by the youth, of course, with some assistance as they need, but we did not want to produce any model that didn't involve the youth. So we've been talking about this for a couple months now, and so that's what we have going on. We don't have a meeting scheduled right now because we first got to see what the results of that meeting is going to produce. So what I'd like to ask everybody to do is send it out a third time, because I do have 7 groups that did respond. But if you could just send us the information, because then we know who are here that represent that segment of the population. I'll give a little description of what we're looking for. We're looking for the name of the organization, the grade level that you serve, if it's TK through 12, we just want to know that. We want to know the contact person. We want to know their email address and their phone number. And what we're going to do with this list is so that way when we know what the structure is going to look like, that we can begin the process running. So we don't have to recruit waiting for anyone. So that's pretty much it. And if there's any questions, no. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, David. Yes, put our hands together. Okay, I see Peter's here. Is Daniela here, just so I can see?
I'll do the report. I'm Daniela today.
Oh, Peter's on his way up. We'll do Daniela real quick.
Either way.
Did you want to go?
Give her up.
ahead.
So I'll do really quickly. Early childhood, they had a meeting and it was fantastic. They did a report on the early developmental index. She's going to actually do a report out next time. Today's a non-school day, so she's non-working. April 22nd at 1 o'clock is going to be via Zoom. If you're interested in working with early children and the childhood, please reach out to me and I'll get you connected with her. And then the homelessness, we have not solved the problem in the city of Fullerton. We are still working on that, but it's on hold right now. Jason is back in school for master's, and so he's stepped aside from as a chair. So we are trying to develop leadership. So we'll be working on that and having a meeting shortly. Peter.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Peter Hernandez, and I co-chair the Health and Wellness Subcommittee. Could everyone hear me?
Yeah.
Sounds good. I was just making sure. With that said, a couple announcements on behalf of the Health and Wellness Subcommittee. The first one, I just wanted to remind everyone about our New Year, New Me quarterly health and wellness challenge. I know I talked about it last month, so I won't go too much into detail, but every quarter we put together a different health and wellness challenge based on what input we get from the community and the different subcommittees we're a part of and all of our partners. With that said, we launched our New Year, New Me challenge at the beginning of the year. And what we're doing with this challenge is we're focusing on creating different healthy behaviors with individuals from the community. And so they have an option to pick up 1 or 4 different health and wellness goals. With that said, the objective is for them to prioritize that healthy behavior from January until the end of April. And for the top participant, they are awarded a $100 gift card. So we have flyers at the table over there. If anyone's interested or if you want to disseminate them to any of your clients or participants, it's completely free to participate. We have a QR code on the flyer to register and sign up for the challenge. And also, if you visit our different social media platforms, we do have videos that show you how to participate in the challenge. So we have it available in both English and Spanish. And if anyone wants to help us with any other languages, please reach out to me. With that said, I do have a second announcement. So the Health and Wellness Subcommittee has been working very hard to put together a platform that's very user-friendly in regards to residents from the city of Fullerton accessing the different mental health resources that are available for city specific. So for individual residents from the city of Fullerton. With that said, on our next meeting is February 28th at 12:30, which will be virtual. We will be presenting a rough draft of what that platform looks like, but we used a 5-step process to start beginning to put that together. So for step number 1, we gathered all the different resources, mental health resources that are offered in the city. The next step number 2, is to pre-screen every single organization to make sure that the information that's being disseminated are services that are actually being offered. For step number 3, organizing it based on all the information that they offer. And then the goal on February 28th is to present it to you all to see if anyone's interested in sharing any feedback, and then as far as what the next steps would be for the platform. So if you're interested in supporting with that, February 28th. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Peter. So that is the work everybody's doing in our subcommittees. And now we do have about 5 minutes to have some member announcements. If you have want to share some events you have and the work that you're doing within your groups. And I can't walk around with my microphone because I'm recorded now. So I will just need you to stand up and talk really loud, okay? Do you want to go first? Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Rosario. I'm the outreach coordinator at Hope Builders. For those of you that may not know, Hope Builders, we are basically a free trade school for adults ages 18 to 28, where we train in construction, medical assisting, and child development. Our students get paid while they're training with us. Once they're done with their 3 to 5 month program, then we help find them a career, so we help with career placement. We currently have a lot of open classes that are coming up in the next few months, as well as we are going to have a medical assisting preview night this upcoming February 22nd at 5 p.m. in Anaheim. So if anyone's interested, we do have flyers up in the front, and I also have my business card with me, so if you have any questions, then feel free to come up to us over here. Over here is also my colleague Christy, so she is actually going to be taking over and coming to the Fullerton collaborative events. So just to welcome her here, and I'm glad I was able to come with her again to be able to showcase just the awesome collaboration we have here.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome.
Hi, I'm Walt Ramsey with the Fullerton Lions Club. This week we give out American flags to all the first graders in Fullerton. And then on Saturday, we had our chess tournament. There were approximately 150 children competed in chess from age kindergarten all the way up to high school. And it was a lot of fun for them.
Hi, I'm from Fullerton College, and I just wanted to let everybody know that we do have free tuition. So tell a friend. I'm going to be out in the community letting everybody know we have this Promise Flex part of our programs that we get everybody involved in our school. So if you have a high school diploma and you're in the state of California, Promise Plus, you get free tuition. We're giving $12 a day to eat, so they can have food. And then we have $5, you pay $5 with your little library, or your little, what do you call it, student ID, there you go. It's $5 to get on the bus, so you can get on the bus for free. So we're excited about we're getting out to the community and getting everybody back in Fullerton College. So please tell a friend, like I said, it's free. And any age from 18 to whatever, we have all these classes you can take. If you just want to upgrade your tools, you can do that. So there we are. Thank you.
Just to on that, my daughter re-registered just so she can get her bus voucher, and she appreciates it so much, and she's enjoying her class. So thank you for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tell a friend.
I know. She tells me about it all the time. Okay, yes, okay.
Yeah, I'm Ruthie Hanchett, and I am an adjunct professor at Vanguard University. Every year we have a conference called Ensure Justice on Human Trafficking. This year, because online safety is such a critical issue related to human trafficking, we're focusing on that. The internet is integral to the business of human trafficking, and it is now the #1 place where people are recruited, groomed, and sold in commercial sex especially. So we want to teach especially parents, teachers, people who work with young people, how to keep them safe. So there's information up on the screen right now, as well as I handed out flyers. You can register at ensurejustice.org. But we work with the Orange County Department of Education to make this free for all teachers, public school staff, actually private and public school staff, and parents. So if you are a parent in Orange County, you can go for free. The codes are up there. So it's OCDE, staff 24, parent 24, or teacher 24. It's a Friday, Saturday event. However, I know it's hard to get to an event for 2 days long. Whatever portion, and all of the recordings are available afterwards for those who have registered. So you can watch it online, even if you can't make it to all of it. We'd love to have you there, and see me if you have any questions.
again. Hi, I'm Todd with the Fullerton Historic Theater Foundation, commonly known as the Fox. I'm pleased to announce to this group that the theater now has flushing toilets. For the first time in 20 years, we have working plumbing. It feels like the theater has life pulsing through its veins again. And anyhow, we hope to have some events here maybe this spring. We are waiting for some crucial mechanical equipment for the new heating and air conditioning system. It's taken over 2 years for Carrier Systems to make. And it's all custom made pieces that has to be built and then taken apart to get down into the basement of the Fox, be re-put back together again. So I guess it's complicated, right? So, and tied in with that is, since we put on the Day of Music, since someone mentioned the Day of Music and Mandy talked about it, we are waiting for a meeting with the city for our group first. And then we're going to have a meeting with the community, maybe at the library here, for anybody who wants to be at a venue for the Day of Music on June 21st. That's a Friday. We are very excited about having the Day of Music on a Friday. So if you're interested in hosting and being part of Day of Music with your office, storefront, whatever, stay tuned because hopefully that's going to happen in March. And we'll put the word out. Anybody who wants to be part of Day of Music as far as hosting an event, we're going to have a community meeting to tell you how to do it, how to work with the city. You need a PA system or a stage, or how do I get a band to play at my place? We'll have all that. So everybody can participate. So.
Is there a mailing list we can get on now for that, for updates?
They should go to our Facebook page for Day of Music Fullerton.
Okay.
And just message us. We're taking names and stuff.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you.
We have one more. And one more.
Announcement over here. Right there.
Hi, my name is David. I'm a community engagement manager with the Alzheimer's Association. We are the world's largest nonprofit dedicated to care, support, research, and advocacy for those affected by Alzheimer's and early dementia. Part of my job description is I go out into the community and we host free awareness presentations, education programs, teaching seminars, and workshops. And so for your staff, for the community that you work with, we believe that advocacy, awareness, and education are some of the most important tools to really point people to the resources that we have freely available. So I love that on my side of the job, I get to spend all the money that we raise to really serve and support and love our community in that manner. We actually have a seminar this coming Thursday. That's our legal seminar. It's a 3-hour series by one of our volunteers whose name is Dan York. He's an elder law attorney. One of the challenges that you realize if you're ever a caregiver, Alzheimer's is one of the most expensive diseases out there when it comes to caregiving. We have so many unpaid caregivers out there with all these different kinds of financial challenges that come with caregiving and with this disease. And so this seminar kind of works through what are the resources that are available, what's the difference between Medicaid and Medicare, and how does that work with Alzheimer's and dementia. And so it's a great resource. If you have any questions or would like to host an education program for your staff, for your community, you can come and find me afterwards. But yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, my name is Fred Lentz, founder and director of the nonprofit called Advance on to College. We're members of the collaborative. I don't know how many of you raised your hands when she asked if any students were here, or if you know any students. You know, the FAFSA, this is FAFSA season. I'm sure you know about that. They're having enormous problems with FAFSA. We do the FAFSA and we will not charge you. You can pay up to $2,000 to a private company and have them do the FAFSA for you. Big front page article today in the LA Times about some of these issues. But our website, I'll just say it twice, www.ontocollege.org, ontocollege.org. And we will help you online or in person, wherever you are. And we don't charge. I want to say that again, because some of you go home and tell your parents that they'll say, your mom will say, that's a scam. Nothing's free. Yeah, 2 things are free, air and what we do.
And Fullerton College is free too. All right, I think this might be our last one.
Hi, everybody. I'm from Villages of California. Our organization is a new organization. We offer mental health services to youth and families. We work with several districts throughout Orange County. And we also have a contract with the Orange County Healthcare Agency to put on different events throughout Orange County to destigmatize mental health. So we're going to be partnering with the city of Fullerton to be putting on, hopefully we're looking at May, because it's Mental Health Awareness Month, an event to showcase a documentary that our team did on mental health that follows, I believe it's 4 or 5, I can't remember, but it's community members of Orange County, and it follows their journey around mental health. And so it's a very uplifting video to kind of just show people, just relatable stories of people in their own community that have, battled mental health and really come out the other side. So you guys, we're going to be looking at bringing in other community partners to table at that event too, just to have resources available. So yeah, we hope to announce more about it in the future.
Fantastic. We are all doing so much amazing work. I love it. Okay, everybody. You have something, Debbie?
I just want to remind people, if they have events, please email them to me so I can put them in the Google Drive folder so that everybody has access to it. And then if you're not a member, join us. If your name's not on the agenda, we would love to have you on the agenda with us. So we invite you to encourage. And then some of the students here from Cal State Fullerton, their task is to network and to get to know some community members. So be nice to them. Thank you.
All right, and thank you, Cal State Fullerton students, for coming, and thank you all of you for being here, and we'll see you next month in March. Thank you, everybody.
Okay.